First thing I want to tell you today is that compromise is not always wisdom. Sometimes we feel like it is. Sometimes we feel like if we just give in a little bit, then if we just follow the crowd, if we just go with the flow, then we can get through this and then everything is going to be okay. But compromise puts us in places that God doesn't really want us to be. Even the hard things of life, God allows for His purpose and His plan. And these men realized that they had an absolute truth that they could not defy. They had this law that was given to Moses. Remember, Moses told the Jewish people, God's chosen people, he said, this is how you're supposed to live. And one of those laws was that in Exodus chapter 20, it says, you must not bow down to any idol. You must not worship any other god. He said, God told the people, I am it. If you worship anything else, you're breaking the rules. And they knew it. These guys had been taught the law. And they knew that if they bent their knees, if they obeyed what the king wanted them to do, they would break covenant with the living God of Israel. Now, they knew this God. And they knew exactly what God was capable of. They understood from the history of God that God chose this people to be His people. And He showed up time and time again in miraculous ways. And these people understood that He was the true God, not some man-made thing to worship. And I'll tell you this, when you have an encounter with the living God, we know who He is. He has the power to change who we are. And when you come to faith in Christ, it will always make you different from the world. It makes you stand out. And guess what? Standing out makes you feel the pressure. It turns up the heat in your life. Sometimes it's easier to say, compromise could have said, just bow down to your boss when he tells you to do something that's unethical. It's his fault anyway. He should know better. I should just do what he says and he'll get in trouble for it. No. Bow down when people say that our culture is more important than our faith. One of the things that the enemy does is he gets compromise to disguise itself as wisdom. And this happens when we're isolated. One of the coolest things is we went to this youth con yesterday, and it was terrible in a lot of ways and great in a lot of ways.